Now we'll look at sellers. So the seller tab here, it shows you all the sellers in your marketplace. In this case, the Amazon UK marketplace. Now I want to see all of the FBA only sellers. So I'll put a minimum of 100% FBA, and it will show me only FBA sellers, like full FBA sellers. Now, if I wanted to check if they were just wholesale, I would put the full brand coverage of maybe 4 to 8 brands to see if they were just wholesale and they were covering specific brands. Further in that, if I want to check OA, for example, I could put a maximum of, well, OA is unlimited really, you can put as many brands in as you want. I might want to put a minimum of at least 5 different brands in. Further in that, I now want to bring the criteria down a little bit. So the estimated monthly revenue for, if it was someone, it was potentially with my amount of experience, I would be generating a maximum of around 15,000 per month. So this would show people and show me sellers in my experience level, so to speak. So their full brand coverage are around these numbers. This amount of ASINs, this is sort of the area where I would be at if I was at 15k revenue per month, just slightly shy of 100 ASINs per seller. It will show you the state and the country. Now we'll want to filter to just the Great British sellers, so we'll filter the country here, and we'll give an even more intensive amount of sellers. We're shown the business name, the number of brands that they're selling, and their growth from the month, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, etc, etc. The dates they started selling, URL, and then you can put any notes in here at the end. Further in this, we might want to filter by the top ASINs count, just to ensure that we don't get any private label, but it seems that we haven't got any anyway, so that would be no issue. If we really wanted to whittle them down, obviously if we wanted to take it further, we could take the number of ASINs, change that to 100 as a maximum, to really try and see if we can get people that are sellers that are in the same boat as us, so to speak, because unfortunately there is no review count button that we can change. So these are the criteria points that we could change for us to be able to find someone that is our level. So then we want to find a brand that doesn't seem to have one of those main commercial sort of names. So, you know, Medi Bargains sounds like it could be potentially a large store that sells, you know, wholesale, etc, etc. Whereas if we head down to a store like Devil Deal or something like CMJ Trading, for example, we can go into their details and look at their offers. So from here we can have a quick look. Fortunately, these products don't appear to be branded products, until you go over to the brand, you see CMJ, so this is private label. We X out that one. We will actually take a look at Medi Bargains because I may have looked at them incorrectly. So we'll have a quick look here. Fashion sort of stuff. Medi. Have a look at the brand name. Medi Counter. A lot of them seem to be private label products. Again, we'll leave that one. We'll take a look at Devil Deal. Look at their offers. Again, private label. And we can take a look at Bell's box. Go through the sellers until we find something that is potentially branded a bit more. Here we go. So we've got a few mixed ones here. We've got some branded ones here and a few non-branded ones here. Now we're just going to have to look into these. Go to details, because it says brand impressive, manufacturer impressive. But if we have a look at the ASIN on Amazon, and then further in that have a look at the product itself. So the brand does say impressive. Unfortunately, up there, if we go far enough back, we can see that there's been a previous IP complaint worth investigating. And then we'll go back to the Offers tab here. We can have a look at if we match the brand name with the product name, which doesn't match. Here we are. So we've got Fire Dragon product here, brand name matches here. I'm going to investigate this one. Details. We can see that it's got four sellers on the listing. Monthly revenue estimate of about £2,000. Good review count. Good review rating. Amazon is in stock only 2% at the time. A relatively high box price. It's not out of stock. SmartScout deems it to be an alright product. The manufacturer matches the brand. We can have a look here at the 6 month graph and all the way back. So it is dominated by BCB International Limited as the FBA buy box coverer. We can also still obviously have a look at the product itself. So we're going to history here. We can have a look at the 30 days. You can see that it's held strong at £9. Head to 90 days. Buy boxes again held strong at £9. And a year held strong around £9. Dropped to £8 previously. We can have a quick look on the graph. No immediate issues of IP complaints. Even if we go back to a year, it is something worth investigating here at this point. We won't worry about looking at the marketplaces for this item because we need to make sure it actually sells first and do our other analysis. It's not a variation listing, and in the future we can have a look at traffic sources to see if it has any traffic in or out of this product. Now we'll go to investigate this product via Amazon. It does say it's currently unavailable, although it does mention that it's not out of stock. Again, Fire Dragon, so I'd say that's good to start. So got no one's selling it at the moment, so I would suggest that the product is sold. It has indeed sold out due to sales, because there is no IP complaint history that is there that stands out. We'll have a look at the buy box history. Out of stock just now. Firefly Barbecue as an FBM, UK Direct as FBA, another FBA there. So we can see here that there are plenty of FBA sellers that have been on the buy box that haven't been the brand, to suggest that it could be a product that we could look into. So as we know, it previously sold at $8.89. So $8.89 means we've got a max cost of 98p. Now, unless we're getting it direct from the brand, we might have a difficult time to try and find this. So we'll just give ourselves an extra legroom of £1.07 for a £9. So obviously you can go straight into OA, search for the product on Google, and we can have a look and see Fire Dragon Gel Firelighter Transparent 1 litre, and we can see that straight away we've been given a result by TradePoint here. For Fire Dragon Firelighters 1 litre, we do not offer home delivery, unfortunately, but there is that possibility that you can buy this product from the clearance section here on TradePoint, and then obviously you go in and investigate Fire Dragon suppliers to see if you could find the supplier for Fire Dragon, or if you could find it from themselves. Let's go ahead and open up SAS just so I can get the product details, just so we can match it up. Fire Dragon Firelighters 1 litre, Fire Dragon Gel Firelighter Transparent 1 litre. May also like details. Code. So the product code here matches to the EAN number, so we can that is evidence that it's correct. We know that it was previously selling at £8.89. We're going to round that to 9 because it has been selling at 9 in the past. We have found it, including VAT, as £1. So this product in itself will generate over £2 profit per unit and an ROI of over 200%, and we have found that using SmartScout through the sellers page. So we have gone through, and from finding what other people have already sold, we've managed to find a product that has previously sold well. Unfortunately is currently out of stock, but we can also find it through TradePoint here and sell it at a very profitable price. Now we can have a look at the seller map. So the seller map allows us to search by seller name, category, seller type, whether they're private label or reseller, monthly revenue, and then the maximum number of sellers in an area. So say for example we wanted to have a look at a reseller that sold in garden outdoors, did maximum monthly revenue of maybe £50,000. We'll be able to search, and the map would then show us these specific sellers. So of course we want to focus on the UK. It doesn't really matter where, you may not think it matters where you search for, you could search somewhere up in Scotland, but bear in mind there's people that you should search that are closer to you. They might be buying it from areas closer to them, so they're getting cheaper shipping discounts, for example, because it's not as far to ship. So for this example, let's say we live over here in this part of the country. So down here from the key we can see resellers are in purple, private label is in yellow. So obviously, since we've selected reseller and not private label, we're only going to see the resellers anyway. We can hover over, we can see which what the brand name, the company name is, the seller name is, and their estimated monthly revenue. So we can aim for someone that is potentially doing around the same figures as us. Say we are doing, around I'll have a look at someone who go to this one here, Yate GM, 22,000 roughly. So got the details, we can have a look at the offers. Again, we can just have a look at if they're branded products. So some of these are branded products here. Unfortunately, some of them aren't. So for that reason, just going to head back out, head to another one, offers. Have a look here. They are branded products to AMZ brand, which sounds like it could be private label. But this one, for example, the Capture, we're going to have a look at it just to have a look anyway. The Capture has a number of sellers. It doesn't say, but the buy box is held by them specifically. Just gonna have a look anyway. So if we scroll down quickly to the keeper chart, it does only say one seller, so we're going to safely assume that actually is private label. We'll come out of that one. So now we can have a look over different parts of the map. We can zoom in. We can have a look at this one here, for example. Look at the offers. So we've got a Maybelline branded product here. We've got other products that aren't branded products from this seller. We do have this main one here, so we'll have a look at the details. Currently 12 sellers on that listing here. We'll go in and have a look at the ASIN itself through Amazon, but we can also get a quick breakdown. So this is the seller we are currently looking at, but the estimated monthly revenue for the person that holds the buy box the most, Tools for Beauty Limited, is around 2.5k, and their latest price is $7.78. Although they haven't been holding the buy box the most recent, it still gives you a rough overview of how much they have been over the past month. Go back to 3 months, see that they've actually stopped for a fair amount of time over the past 3 months. Some of these stores are intermittent stores, like the seller we've looked at originally. Some of these stores are first time stores. Some of these stores are more recent. You can then have a deeper dive into the history, and it's essentially like the keeper graph. 30 days, buy box of around £8 down to £7 to £8. 90 days, we'll have a broader look at it, and it looks like might have been suppressed at some point. There's no buy box on the listing, but there's FBA, FBM and Amazon there. The sales rank might be worth investigating this point here. And then the reviews are steady. The offer count is also steady. You can see that it is a variation listing. So the way that I check my variation listings is with product viewer. Head into product viewer. If they're the same or roughly the same, we can assume that it's shared variation, which it appears to be, which means we'll have to use the variation checker through SAS. Now we'll just double check color name other. Now SAS only pulls the last 19 reviews, and as we can see, this product has had reviews over 50,000 reviews. Now if we see 500 bought in the past month, we can safely assume that this affects only this ASIN. I'll scroll down and just double check the reviews in general. Not everyone leaves a review. It'd be great if they did. Not everyone does. We'll have a quick look, see if it comes up with anything in other. Now the majority of them are very black. That's again only reviews, and reviews do not dictate sales. If Amazon has said 500 bought in the past month, that is related to that ASIN variation and that ASIN variation only. So we know that this is a selling product. Obviously we can have a look through OA again to go see if we can find it at a cheap price online arbitrage. I would suggest that we would not be able to find it for £3.33 through OA, so I would go about suggesting finding a supplier for Maybelline or contacting Maybelline Brand Direct. If we tick the plus here, we can add it to a new collection or an existing collection, and we can call it Wholesale Opportunities. Which will save it into my collections here. We can go into brands to have a look at the brands, which would normally pick up Maybelline, subcategories, the product, sellers, and scope if you have that feature unlocked. But as for this, we've pulled this from the products page, so it will come under the products tab.